Then you uncovered a wee little bit of a bug in Fex.
No. It was brought to their attention, Jordan.
It was brought to their attention that Horizon Zero Dawn.
And welcome back to another Linux Gamecast Weekly, the show that covers the latest Linux gaming news, reviews, how-tos, and most importantly, whatever the hell else we come up with. Lots to talk about this week, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you Linux-loving miscreants. Great to see you. Great to hear from you. Come watch us live on Twitch. Yeah, you know where Twitch is. I don't. .tv, not .com. I'm surprised they don't have .com, but Jordan, you've been watching some movies, man.
I've been watching so many fucking movies.
You hit me up in the pre-super shows, and you're like, all right, wait, we're going to hold that. So this whole time I've been like,
okay, yeah. So we got the horror movie night, and 28 years later had come out, and Child and I had not seen the first two, so we went back and we watched all of the 28 $ time interval.
20. Okay, the first one was later, 28 days later, correct?
28 days later, and 28 weeks later, and 28 years later.
28 days later, here's what I remember. I remember kind of like green pasture and chain link fences.
That is the back half of the movie.
Okay.
The first half is like taking place in London. It's got Doctor Who in it. It's like fucking Eccleston is like.
Oh really?
Eccleston is the military commander. Brendan Gleeson is in there too. Like the cast is honestly pretty stacked. Like Cillian Murphy, Naomi Watts. It was a solid zombie movie. I like the whole like attempting to make a like what would a realistic sort of zombie outbreak look like, and like what are the mechanisms of like how it would transfer. So that was a fun little jaunt. Part two, Jeremy Renner, Idris Elba. They're like, oh, the classic, we're gonna now that we've killed all the zombies, time to repopulate London. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Except it turns out that stuff goes wrong. Well, yeah. And
see, in my head, not having seen that, I'm just envisioning the speech, and the clap of hands is like, now get to fucking.
Yeah. The chief antagonist of the second one is interesting because it's just like the luckiest zombie in the history of all zombies, where it just like magically manages to dodge all the firebombing, and somehow
was just like walking out by.
Yeah, just like straight up they show like the firebombing, and he's just like just under a bridge, just unaffected. He's like luckiest fucking zombie. He was the guy who played the evil scientist from Stargate Universe, the guy who kept betraying them, Nicholas Rush. He was in the Full Monty. He's in a bunch of stuff. He was like Rumpelstiltskin and Once Upon a Time.
Rush was like the scientist in Universe.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he is the luckiest zombie in history.
But was he like a coherent zombie or?
No.
Okay.
He's just a straight up zombie.
What are my lines?
Oh, dude, he was. Look, I bet he was having a blast making all the fucking stupid zombie faces, because like every other time you cut to him, he's just like or like doing some shit like that.
Dial it down.
Yeah. So I bet he's having fun. And then we watched the third one, which is definitely a lot less of a horror movie than the first two.
Is it more like psychological thriller?
No, it's more of an adventure film.
Those are good.
Yeah, it's like a zombie adventure film. Ends on a cliffhanger. Just giving minor spoiler, but like I did not know this going in, and if so apparently there is there was a second movie coming out next year. They shot back to back with this one, and then there is a third one planned. So if you are interested in seeing the movie and you don't mind waiting like a year for like part 2, part 3, you can probably go watch it now. Otherwise, yeah, wait for the
trilogy. If you love that first Hobbit film.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a lot of oh dude, that's what I want. I want to see like fucking Bilbo Baggins and fucking 28 Days Later. I
got to go back and give the Hobbit like a fair shake. I do, because I did not watch those movies.
You made a request to me a couple weeks ago, and I got around to it. Pet Cemetery as well.
Oh man, okay, because I said that movie to this day, I just creeped me the fuck out, dude. With a fucking.
So what I was not prepared for was the Ramones song playing over the credits.
Okay.
That was a bit of tonal whiplash. I don't want to get buried in a pet cemetery.
Yeah.
Zombie Tasha Yar with her juicy fucking eyeballs.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a bit of a weird one too, because like, yeah, the mom in that is just straight up Tasha Yar.
They all come back.
Yeah, like, oh, well, after she got eaten by all that goo, she raised a family.
Opens with a truck.
Oh, dude. Oh, right, the fucking truck. I don't know what's going on. I don't like. Those trucks are like driving at like Mach 5 across this fucking stretch of road. According to the dude at the start of the movie, like multiple pets have gotten run over. It's like, why has no one sued the fucking trucking company? Why are there like no speed traps there? Where the fuck is the law enforcement?
We've just generally accepted that like this is a death truck strip.
Right.
Yeah.
The fucking trucking company murders a child and they still fucking let them drive at Mach 3. The funny thing about that though, apparently that child was made out of tungsten because when that truck hit the child, it just fucking exploded. So it's like some super heavy fucking uranium child or something that the truck collided with, that the engine block just wrapped around and exploded.
There's an agreement in movies. Anytime like a big lorry or a semi truck hits something that has to like just car explosion, like,
right? Yeah, but like I remember I was watching that. I'm like, what the fuck is this child made out of uranium or something? What the like how like there's not an explosion that large. What
did you think? What did you think? How's it hold up? I have no idea. It's been 20, 30 years since I've seen it.
It's okay. I would definitely put it over, say, something like The Omen when it comes to like creepy child movies.
Okay.
There is definitely a scene near the end where he's getting cut up by the kid, where you get a good look at the fucking evil prosthetic child mask that the little person actor they have to be the child is wearing, and that shit is fucking hilarious because he's like. But it's like it's just like a static fucking prosthetic.
Okay, so it's got to hit different in HD. Like I watched it to whatever P on a CRT back in the day, dude. So all right.
Yeah. The fucking the baby murders were pretty grisly. Like I think that's just the nature of it. Like 'cause he cuts like the guy's like Achilles tendon.
Yes,
and he like bites out his Adam apple.
Yeah.
So like that stuff still hits because like
that unnerved me the fuck, dude. As a teenager, I was like.
Yeah, there's very, but like that's like that good sort of horror where like they're going for the visceral reaction because you see like it's slowly just sliced through and if you know you're just like, oh no, that's no bueno.
That's why I, to this day I do not watch a video of it opens with a guy like with weight on him. I'm like, nope, not watching that. That's either poo or breakage, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, Pet Cemetery was all right. Watched The Day the Earth Blew Up, which was the one Looney Tunes movie they actually managed to save before Zaslav killed it. That one was fun. And I think that was it. That was
now to roll back into Pet Cemetery though.
Right.
You do know the second one's a comedy.
There is a sequel? Okay, I did not. Okay,
it's. I don't know if it was intentionally a comedy, but it is a very slapstick.
Okay.
Which is wild, which is crazy.
I felt The Omen aged very poorly into like a slapstick movie. I feel like some of the deaths are just very, very funny. So like as far as that goes compared to like Pet Cemetery, I think like the actual horror aspects of Pet Cemetery worked a lot better.
All right. Like in the Stephen King-verse, like if like zero film TV adaptations, like the Tommyknockers is like -4,
or the fucking the Langoliers.
Okay, that's -7.
The fucking testicle monsters. Yeah.
Goddamn. Then what was the one with the dream catchers with the butt monster in the toilet?
It was straight up Dreamcatcher.
Yeah, that wasn't horrible. Maybe that's a 0.
I heard Doctor Sleep was good. That was the sequel to The Shining.
Okay, I've never seen that one.
It's like adult Danny.
The Shining was ruined for me because by the time we got around to that, like people were like sitting me down to watch it for the filmography and shit.
Right.
So like I never got the experience of just like sitting and watching it without like pay attention here and do that. And so that's where my brain goes when I see it. But what have I been up to? You got a Jellyfin server, don't you?
I do.
You do. All right. Well, here's your little bit of PSA for everybody. If you got hardware you're already playing around with and whatever, don't worry about it. But if you happen to be like, you woke up this week, hopefully you did, and you're like, I'm getting ready to build a Jellyfin server. I'm going to go out and buy something. Give me a week, maybe 2 weeks before you make that purchase, because I have a very interesting bit of research I've been doing for a video I'm working on for Interfacing Linux. Very surprising results that could very much influence like what you end up deciding to buy.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I don't want anybody to be hit with regrets or regrets. So stick around and pay attention to that, because I haven't played with Jellyfin until very recently. I set up a Plex box like 2 minutes after Plex came out on like Fedora Core, like 10 or whatever it was at the time. And worked great. Used that forever. Just fell off, started streaming. Streaming came along. Never had a bunch of media laying around. And, apparently Plex has turned into the Antichrist recently. And so I was like, all right, what's the state of this? And I started playing around with it. So yeah, hold off for like a week or two if you're in the market right there. I got some interesting stuff for you.
If you do have a server ready to go though, and you are waiting, set it up. It's fucking easy and like
Bash script.
It's fucking dirt simple. And if you fuck something up, it's real easy to reconfigure it. So there's no downside. Just get it running.
So stay tuned. All right. Something that you could probably run the Plex server on, because the Plex runs on a wide variety of molten flesh and twitching, semi-proof, semi-truck proof. I wonder.
And Collabora recently announced support for liquidated dead horse.
Oh.
It's the Steam. Right. There's two of us.
There we go.
Still getting used to that one.
Podman. Yeah. Oh, don't put baby in the Podman. Or do, like, whatever.
Podman. Mine's running in Podman. It's great.
Yeah. It depends on like what you're looking to do, dude. Like if you got like the all-in-one like system set up in the house.
Yeah.
Or as I like to call it, single point of failure, go for it. Steam has bent the knee. This is quite unfortunate. I don't even like having to talk about this, but we need to talk about it. Steam has banned games that violate the rules and standards of not gamers, not angry.
Won't somebody please think of MasterCard for once?
Yeah. Screw the children, payment processors and banks, man. RIP the horny games. The Section 15 has been added to what you shouldn't publish on Steam. This comes from Engadget. There'll be a link in the show notes. Content that may violate the rules and standards set forth by Steam's payment processors and related card networks, banks, internet network providers, in particular, certain kinds of adult-only content, which, I tried to do a bit of reporting, I guess, and I went looking for these actual rules. They don't exist. Like that, Jordan, it just seems like it would be a good idea to maybe, if you're going to have content removed, provide a list of like what would fall into these categories.
No, because this is how you legislate speech without having to actually legislate anything. Because we got to re-educate the kids about the classic myth of artistic freedom. If the payment processors don't consent, then there's no game. And here's the sad thing though, is that Steam is a multi-billion-dollar company. I really do think that they have enough of a body that they could have been like, yeah, no. This is our platform. We're moderating it. You just do your job of facilitating the payments and nothing else.
How long has this already been a problem in Japan?
Australia, in a lot of countries, right?
For a while now.
Saudi Arabia, right?
Yeah.
There's laws involving that there. I'm talking
about the payment processors. Been giving you were talking about it, like the manga.
Yeah. There was what Mega Upload. There's MasterCard blocked. Pornhub.
No, I'm talking about the ones that were like in Japan. We had a conversation about it. Like we looked it up. It was like some manga section was like completely wrecked. This has been a problem in Japan, is what I'm saying.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Is what I'm getting at. Like, and to see this is like, it was definitely one thing to be like, that sucks for Japan. And but we've already seen this a couple of years ago with Patreon.
They tried it with OnlyFans too.
Yeah, which they went back on.
They did, because OnlyFans is like, no, we're not going to do it. You like money? This will stop you from getting money.
I want to know what took place there. I really do, man, because what this shows is Valve is a multi-billion dollar, by some estimation, company. Like this is not a tiny little upstart that's going to blink at this, and shows how much these payment processors are being able to censor globally what can be monetized. And I don't think that's the role of a payment processor.
No, it's not. But this is like it's like cloud capital stuff, right? Like this is when you control the roads, you get to control what's on them, right? And yeah, no, there are payment processors like Interac is a good example in Canada that literally is just like, hey, we will provide money transfer services, and that's it. You can use whatever you want as long as it's within Canada. But like, yeah, I don't know when you have like multinational corporations saying like, oh, we do not want to accept payment for things X, Y, and Z, right? Like, I don't know. To your point, I don't think it's their place.
No, it's not, man. Yeah, it's just kind of wild. No, I had a fever dream. I did. I was like, didn't Steam accept Bitcoin at one point or something like that? And
for like a month,
dude,
right? Like,
in like 2017, I felt like there was a notice on the site. I'm like, okay, I didn't make that up, and they just never stuck around with it. Like they made a little poster, like, yeah, we played with it for a minute. I wonder if that's like even remotely. I don't know enough about crypto.
I would see what I would love to see is if like Steam just created their own payment processor.
Steam dollars.
They're like, yeah, Steam. Yeah, Master Steam.
There had to have been like some conversation about that, though. You think about it, because you can get Steam gift cards, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, there's Steam bucks, effectively.
I mean, hell, there are fucking services where you can like exchange gift card points. Where like you can, if you have like a gift card for like a restaurant or something, you can cash those into like for like if a $50 gift card for one thing into a $45 gift card for like another thing, right?
Yeah. So then you can get, dude, like then we can get a car wash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can, yeah, or a laundromat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mattress store.
Yeah. Fried chicken restaurant.
Oh shit. No, that's too obvious. Everybody's seen bringing it
back. Okay. All right.
See how many lists we can get on. Do they come breaking in the door? What are you doing? Buying games on Steam.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And also meth. I can do two things.
Yeah. So
speaking of
Brave New World, man. Yeah, hoarding.
Yeah, PC Gamers. PCGamer.com. Chris Zukowski, industry professional, says, hey, 30% of your game's revenue going to Steam is worthwhile because Steam gives you access to a bunch of monkeys with poor impulse control that will just buy things with no intention of playing it. And, he's right. Honestly, I know a lot of us have that whole massive Steam library of games that we bought because they were on sale or because they seemed interesting, and then we never end up playing them because we have like the mainstay game that we play instead, Baldur's Gate 3, Trackmania, I guess Bloodborne, or for Pedro it would have been like Oblivion or something, Neverwinter Nights. But that's my point, is that there are too many games out there, and I think we've hit a point where like supply has severely grossed demand, and like a lot of developers are feeling the crunch. This is why a lot of them are upset about the 30% cut that Steam is taking, because with the limited sales that they are getting, they aren't getting as much money out of it. But Chris argues that you wouldn't be getting any money to begin with at all, just because people don't have time to play your game. So his suggestion is that his suggestion is to quit bearing the lead about the hook of your game. Really, really make it clear, this is the thing that is interesting about my game. This is what's going to hook you, because your hope is that people will just pick it up. You don't even want them to play it at this point. You just want them to be interested enough to buy it with the expectation that they might play it. Which I don't know. I don't think this bodes well for the industry if people are trying to make money off of games. I'm not sure how well this will actually boil out in the long run.
Couple of things in this, man. I mean, like the whole point of this argument, everybody, is like, this is worth the 30% right here. The drunken sailors is like, yeah, all right, just try to make a good joke. But I think a lot of us hearing that, we're like, well, you're not wrong, because it kind of includes us. So we typically only always he proceeds like this dude showed his own library.
Yeah,
he's
guilty of it too. He's like, listen, mea culpa, right?
Like, I do this too, man. And there's something to that though, man. There's something to that. Like when you're going through a Steam sale of like looking for that hidden gem of like, hey, I probably would have never even considered this, but now I'm considering this because it's like 70% off, and you're like, yeah, pick it up. How many times have you said that? Of like, I'll pick it up, maybe I'll play it.
Definitely a lot less lately, but I think that's kind of the diminishing return of these Steam sales. And they did a really, and like to Chris's point, they all those years the fucking Steam sales have done a really good job of training us to just like buy shit whenever it's cheap, whether or not we want it or not.
See, Norse Ranger, you got it right. Cheap. You're saving money.
I'm saving money.
Yeah.
Well, what a bargain! I'll take 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean. I honestly, I don't know. Like I said, personally, I've been running into that a lot less because like I own most of the games that I wanted at some point. Like, and I don't necessarily want to play every new game that comes out. I'm pretty picky when it comes to the games that I want to like devote my time to.
Yep.
And so I'm very much looking for like a Baldur's Gate 3 or a Death Stranding or something that I can like dump a bunch of time into or pick up and play, or like a Slay the Spire, where it's something that I can like pick up and play for a little bit and like not have to think about it too much.
And I think something for most people, it's just the grind. You will experience eventually FOMO burnout will hit you. Mm-hmm. You will just get to the point where FOMO is just not in the calculation anymore. You see that new AAA game, and the way your brain is going to work is like, I look forward to playing that a couple of years when it's on sale for like half off or 80% off. And you're like, yeah, I'll check that out later.
And I do wonder how much of that is a youth thing too, where they're just like taking advantage of like the easily excitable brain. And now we're all old and jaded and beat it up, and we don't want to spend $50 on another fucking thing. So I guess it's $80 now. So
80.
Yeah.
80. Thanks, Nintendo. Donkey Kong's only 70, Jordan.
Okay. Oh, thank God.
I mean, practically.
I can finally eat that banana now.
Yeah. I looked at my it's real easy to do with the Steam client. How many unplayed games do I have? I have 200 games that I've like just never opened.
Oh yeah, I have something like 300, 400 of those. Like yeah. And like now, and a lot of them
not
like
all games, so a lot of them are servers and things like that. Yeah.
And like some of them came with bundles and whatnot, but again, it sort of comes to this whole, we're in a situation where like there's way too much supply, and like there's no way that I don't think any of us could like realistically like complete our Steam libraries at this point.
No. If we started today and you were on a 12-hour shift, 6 days a week, there's no way you could do it.
Yeah, like getting paid, like getting fed regularly. Yeah, like no, not happening. So
I look forward to the Mr. Beast video.
Yeah, no, okay. I'm sure some people could do it. I'm sure some people could, but
I don't finish games
they are
either,
independently and tweak the fuck out.
I think that's also one of my problems, dude. Is like I probably have 20 games where I'm at the last boss.
Oh yeah, there's what it was the Outer Worlds. I played through like I'm gonna say like probably 80% of that game. I went through like all the DLCs. I went through most of the missions. I scraped really, really hard. And at the end of that second DLC, there's like I was like, I'm gonna do those before I do the last stretch of the game. After I finish the DLC, I'm like, I'm done. I'm satisfied. I might come back to this later. I don't hate this game, but like I'm done playing it. I've had my fill.
Like I saw Strider brought up Doom. Doom is the Doom 2016. I got a little less boss. I fought him a couple times. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. Didn't need to beat him. I'm like, yeah, I get it. All right. Speaking of old games.
Oh man, yeah.
Retro's kind of difficult thing to do, people. It is. We've all been through the hipster pixel revival. We started with the voxels, and somehow that turned into 2D hipster pixels, and everybody's making their own take at the retro game scene. So when I see a retro game, I don't immediately write it off because like some of them are just going to be awesome. And I always try to keep my eyeball out for one. And I think this was just like a lack of knowledge. But when I saw this pop up, and I'm like, my first thought was, they're sticking to it because why? It's in 4x3, right? And I'm like, you guys, like, that's a commitment right there. I'm like, man, this really genuinely looks legit. They've nailed this. Like, this is the best. I'm going to talk about this on the show, not only because it's on Linux, but like, they got it. And I want to give people credit where credit's due. But
then you look at that publisher, and then you go, huh, are those guys still around?
Yeah, I did a little bit of research there, man. Turns out Super Cauldron was originally released on the Amstrad CPC, Atari ST, DOS, Amiga, MS-DOS, and Amiga OS in 1992.
Yeah, I was like, I saw Interplay Entertainment. I'm like, did someone resurrect them? Is this like new Interplay? Oh no, this is an old game.
And you see the developer Titus Interactive. This is them. This is not like they're just like, we're gonna put it up on Steam. I don't know if this thing's running in DOSBox or what's going on with it, but it's available. You can go grab it. You can play around with it, and it's $9.99, even when it does handstands. And if it's similar to Celeste or Hollow Knight, I'd be down with it. Yeah, what are the Linux requirements? 100 megs of space, so I'm guessing it has to come with DOSBox, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, from the makers of Prehistoric and Prehistoric 2. What? Wow. Very, very historic.
You're a wizard.
Yeah.
You got a broom? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you're a little witch. Zmira the witch.
All right. I'd be down with it. I love to see stuff like this. I guess I'm more curious about, like, I would have loved it more if they would have, like, had the source code. If we had seen this and they're like, by the way, here's the source code on GitHub.
Or like they did something like what Ethan did with Wonder Boy, the Dragon's Trap, where you can like swap between like the old. Yeah.
So yeah, it turns out that they genuinely nailed the 1992 aesthetic by just using
by being in 1992. Yeah.
I wonder if they did anything to like res it up a little bit, because we remember, what was it, Slay the Spire?
Yeah.
Like the pixel games, like getting those scaled up, like if we just throw a resolution at it.
Serpent in the Staglands.
Serpent in the Staglands, yeah. Like, even at a higher resolution, that was a block of pixels, man. So
yeah.
Oh, but you actually played this.
I attempted to play this.
Okay.
Cowabunga indeed. This is SurfsUp. It is a free-to-play game where you drift in first person. I attempted to drift and I kept slamming into a wall, and I'm like, I followed the instructions that they gave me. They said, go move the mouse right and strafe, and I did. They're like, no, you're doing it wrong. And I tried a couple different permutations, and they still said you're doing it wrong, and I'm like, okay, cool, I give up. I'm too dumb for this shit.
Story. Does it have a controller support?
I do not know if it has a controller support. I just played it with the keyboard and mouse. But yeah, it is basically just it is a racing game. You just go forward, you got to drift to make tight turns, and yeah, that's kind of it. It is multiplayer. So it's got co-op and versus, so you can compete against others. And yeah.
That looks like some Doom lava.
It very, very much reminded me of like trying to run to the other end of a level in Quake or something, except you don't. It tells you to stop hitting W and just go.
Yeah. Okay. All right. See, I even downloaded it, but I didn't get it cracked open. It got my attention because look at all the little people running. Oh yeah. I didn't get that far in the trailer. I was like, we'll give it a talk, give it a mention. It looks like it's a one-person venture.
Mm-hmm.
Best thing, free to play. Online PvP, it's got the co-op, cross-platform, in-app purchases, which this is where I was like, I got soured on it. This is one of the reasons I didn't even launch it up, because the $9.99 supporter pack, you scroll down, like, what do you get? Oh, the ability to create private lobbies for friends only, or have lobby codes. So, I'm trying to give you a little bit of business advice, bro. That's basically saying, if you're going to stream it, you got to give me that $9.99.
Which, I mean, you might as well come out and say it. I don't think that's like unreasonable.
No,
but
it's not unreasonable, but like having the demo there, like I can't, like, we can't even lie. I mean, I don't want to, because like I don't want to deal with like whatever you have for like screen names and stuff like that. Like I need to be able to create a private lobby, and like this is something like somebody, a Twitch streamer or somebody like that's going to like look at, be like, hey, we might try this demo, and they're like, oh nope, can't try it. So unless they give you $9.99, and a lot of people aren't going to spend $10 on just a curiosity click. It looks all right, but now that you said it doesn't control worth a damn, so.
I mean, I might be stupid, so like, I'm not good at racing games. If you are good at racing games, you may have better time at this than I did.
Then we can up-res it. Yeah.
Maybe.
But dude's been thrown down lately, man.
Oh yeah,
He has, man.
I read through his little postmortem blog post. It was quite an adventure.
He loves Linux people now. He's like, you guys, I love Linux. This was so weak. Lossless scaling. Ported to Linux by the community. Pretty interesting. This comes from Steam Deck HQ.com. If you don't know about lossless scaling, man, it's kind of interesting. And it's full of gimmicks, man. It lets you do the upscaling that is going to be GPU independent, where if you get the ZSS, you get the DLSS, you get the FSR.
I should clarify, because this is not just like the concept of lossless scaling. It is a piece of software called lossless scaling, and I got very confused at first.
Yes, I had to bring it. Hey, I remember seeing that shit.
Hey, it's my crack.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I'm getting integer XBR 720p X3, which genuinely looks good. This is something that's been around for a minute, since 2018 on the Windows, but yeah, you can now grab it and play around with it. But it's got like frame generation now. So Pancake Tasks, he's working on porting the frame generation features with some lossless scaling. Like, a lot of work's been done in the past couple of weeks. Right now, it's got last time I checked, it's probably changing daily, 13 or so games that are working with it, with the Protons. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
That's pretty impressive given like the engineering effort involved, where so there is a blog post that like goes over how he actually reverse engineered this. And yeah, having to hack together DXVK to get RenderDoc to hook up to DirectX, manually comparing shader and pipeline outputs and other such debugging nonsense, and apparently doing it over like zero sleep as well. Yeah, it's the first one, porting LS of G to native Vulkan. Yeah, so that was a bit of an adventure going through it. And yeah, it very much seems like you do have to kind of go pipeline by pipeline here, especially just based on how based on like how the games implement their various graphic stacks and how you're able to actually do the post processing. But yeah, it does work. This is not officially supported via the lossless scaling app. This is more like being promoted by the guy. He's like, hey, by the way, here's something that is doing the same thing with my software. But it is like, yeah, the Linux version of it.
Yeah.
I guess the main use case for this is, I don't know, something like the Steam Deck, where maybe you want to improve smoothiness overall, generate some frames.
Do you hear that, Valve? Marketing, free marketing right there. The Steam Deck 2 needs a smoothiness button.
It needs an integrated blender so I can just like grind up fruit and yogurt and make myself a nice smoothie while I'm playing games.
Smoothiness, I love it. Yeah, put that in the smoothiness. I love it.
Yeah, this is the smoothiness slider in Steve Overlay.
Yes. Yeah. I went to look to see what was involved, like setting this up, and it's on that cusp of like, that looks a bit more involved than I want to play around with, but there is a good wiki of how to get it up and running, with the Arch, Fedora, and Ubuntu's, Debians.
And I'm sure stuff like STK Steam Tinker Tool will also like start integrating some of this stuff as well. So there'll be like a convenient front end for you to just turn this on.
Yeah. And it'll probably work on ARM.
Hopefully. What works on ARM now is Horizon Zero Dawn. Then you uncovered a wee little bit of a bug in fact.
No. It was brought to their attention, Jordan.
It was brought to their attention that Horizon Zero Dawn has a bit of a slow-mo issue.
Randomly.
Not in the menus, just in the game. The menus are fine. But yeah, they have a fix for that in the latest release. Yeah, the what was it? It has to do with like the it has to do with some x86 to ARM translation, or ARM to x86 translation, where there is some timer aspect in x86 that does not exist in ARM, that they just had to kind of say like, no, this is real, it's fine, don't worry about it, and then the game works fine. Also, apparently OG Bayonetta has been causing the team some grief with their x87 implementation, because apparently her soft ass requires about 70 million soft floating point operations a second. Yeah.
It's better off.
Yeah, it's doing a lot better now. It was definitely doing a lot worse. And yeah, Ubisoft Connect works as well. And also, if you want to cross-compile this, you're going to need to set up the Nix package manager as well. I looked in Fedora, and they do not have Nix installed. What they do have on the Nix package manager website, which Nix OS uses the Nix package manager, but it is a separate standalone thing. Additionally, so you can install Nix on other operating systems. All you need to do is copy a curl command out of a website and pipe it into Bash. That's always my favorite way to install.
Can't I install the curl command with a Flatpak though?
No, but you got to save the GitHub page though.
Oh hell yeah,
yeah. But yeah, no, a lot of updates here. Just progress chugging on, as it were. I guess chugging less on, as it says, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of interesting, man. They like just what they had to do to figure out with the Horizon Zero Dawn of, as I called it, this would make for the best, the most cursed speed run in the history of ever. I'd love to see. Love the game, fun game, and yeah, dude, the part it was like some weird clocking thing with wine with effects, and effects. They were like, it really wasn't our fault, but that was fixed with wine. It's going to kind of get. But yeah, it's going to be all sorted. So it might not work right now. I think they might be waiting on a commit to land and wine. But yeah, big list of stuff. I covered the entire thing over on Interfacing Linux for ARM Gaming Shouldn't Be This Good. Go find out like what it runs like. We've been talking about FEX for a long time. Box 64 FEX, just what they're doing. And why it's so important, because ARM is coming to your desktop and your laptop. It's already in your laptops, stealing your megahertz.
It's on your phone, man. I want to run cool apps on my phone. I want to run Horizon Zero Dawn on my phone at 3 frames a second.
Okay. See, this is going to be the problem 20 years, not even 20 years from now. 6, 7, okay, let's get some wiggle room in here. 10 to 12 years from now, you're going to be like, why are you gaming on the phone? Then they're going to show you the benchmark of the game that you're playing, and it's going to be higher than the one on your desktop.
Yeah, no. Like you think people trying to play games on the Steam Deck is bad. Imagine when like all this shit hits prime time, and they're like, I can't fucking run Cyberpunk on my phone. It runs like ass.
Then you're going to be watching the first guy on like SpaceTube or whatever it is. He's like, hey, look, I built a Steam Deck wristwatch. I mean, this is where the technology is going to be. Like, yeah, right. It's going to be wild. So, yeah, go play around with it. One thing that you can, this is for ARM, but Box 64 also works on that newfangled thing called RISC-V. And
calcium.
Milk V. We're like, just drop something out of orbit on Wednesday. I remember me and Jill, I snuck into the Wednesday show. But since I've had a bunch of people ask me, like, but it's just the RISC-V crowd, Jordan. They got a cult, goddammit.
I mean, they got the new hot thing. They're excited about it. I don't want to take that away from them.
Well, they show up to ARM videos and go, "How come this is not RISC-V?"
Yeah,
where's the RISC-V?
That's just being a baby on the internet. I don't know.
When you're on the receiving end of it, it hits different.
I guess.
Yeah, it does. So to appease the cultists, but also because I think it's very interesting. I covered a RISC board, the RV2 from Orange Pi, which was the most powerful at that price level RISC board that you can get. And they're still like $40. Go grab one. Something we talked about, you might not know about, Jordan, is the new version of Ubuntu coming out. RISC-V, they basically have like steps of like, you need to include this and this and this and this, and like what it's capable of with vector extensions and Hyper-V. And the new extension, like the line in the sends, called RVA23. Okay. Which means it needs vector extensions, and it needs to support hypervisor. And Ubuntu said, if your RISC-V chips don't support this, they're not going to function with the new version of Ubuntu. Ubuntu coming out like, they did back in the day with like x86 going, here's a line in the send, but they got enough weight to throw this around.
Yeah. The RISC-V people are not going to be throwing that much.
Right. They're not Valve, right?
Yeah. Well, I again, like a couple weeks ago, we saw that with Fedora, right? Like, hey, we're thinking about dropping x86 support. What do y'all think about that? Just like ghastly shriek from the audience. Yeah.
I wholly support what Ubuntu is doing here because like all these different cores have like mix and matches of like whatever they picked and choose. Like it's impossible.
Yeah, there's no standardization at all. Yeah.
Now, the one problem with this standard is it's only a couple of months old and no chips support that. So this is like very forward looking. So I was surprised to see what Milk 5 came out and they're like, hey man, do you like milky teas? Yeah. Well, here they are, man. This is the Milk 5 Titan. Undoubtedly the most powerful RISC-V mini ITX. This has got a lot of shit going for it. Starting with it being mini ITX. Why is mini ITX important? Well, if it's not a Raspberry Pi, there's a good chance no company makes a case for it. This problem is solved instantaneously in the mini ITX form factor. Why? Because you got a case for it.
Your case, yeah.
Yeah. Also, ATX power supply is an option. Two things, though, that are going to blow your mind, because I know most of you are listening. Not only does it have a mechanical by 16 PCI Express Gen 4 by 4, like the Orion 06, it's got not one, but two. And you're like, where are you going with this, two? DDR4 RAM slots. It's got upgradable memory, boys. That's huge for a single board computer. Because now it's not a single board computer. Now I got to redefine my damn thing. Because I want to call that a single board computer, but you don't upgrade the memory.
No, this is a RISC-V motherboard.
It's going to make things complicated. So, yeah, the reason I wanted to, some of you out there, man, you're like, Demon on ARM's too mainstream these days. And I thought this would give you something to think about. So it is, they come down here, they're like, we're aware of the RVA 23, like fully compliant with RVA 22, compliant with RVA 23, asterisks.
Except for that one extension.
Yeah, except for the thing that, makes it,
fully compliant.
Yeah. There's the two things, we got one of them, which, okay. But they do say it is the most powerful. This is going to be 8 cores, 64-bit out of order, 4-issue superscalar microarchitecture, most powerful mass-produced RISC cores available, which I'm like, okay, wiggle room there. 16 megabytes of shared 2 cluster cache, 1 cluster. Yeah, so this thing's going to rock and damn roll up to 2 gigajoules on the speed. And again, it just runs off, you just stick regular DDR4 in this damn thing.
Hell, if you really want, you can throw some ECC sticks in there.
It's got UEFI. So that means, you download the RISC-V ISO and you put it in the USB port and you boot it. That's how you install it. Mainstream support for everything that you would expect. Debian, the Ubuntu's, CentOS. All right. Fedora Remix. A bunch of stuff I ain't heard of.
Open Kylin I've heard of. Deepin is the Chinese one. Circle Linux, no idea.
Yeah, are we all switching to Circle Linux on Monday? No.
No, I prefer Triangle Linux myself.
Open source to the soul, planned upstream to Linux mainline 2026 Q4. They even got like benchmarks here, man. Like,
do you think they, on a side, do you think they need to like age up Tux a little bit? Like give him some like stubble and some bags under his eyes or something? Because I don't
need a darker, grittier version of Tux here.
Just like, put another like 5-10 years on him, right?
Yeah.
He's seen some shit.
Oh man, they got like productivity with like Box 64 and all this stuff. They're like, it supports Wine 64 and Box 64. And dude, okay, I've looked up, I don't know if this is public, but I'll go ahead and tell you because I told you about it on Wednesday. This is going to be under $300. You're going to be looking at like 270, 280. I don't know how that's going to play out with like tariffs here in the States and all that, and it should be shipping in like 3-ish months, so like maybe sometime around October. Yeah. And
I mean, I don't know, like, what do you think, like, what do you think a board like this is going to like enable, in terms of like, just like more RISC-V work, or just like, do you think we're going to start seeing like more games now that we have like, you can cram like 16 gigs of memory in this thing and like an actual GPU?
This is very interesting because this is the first RISC-V board that I've seen that, silly as it sounds, is sexy. What I say when you look at it, no matter who you are, if you're into tech, you're like, oh, that looks neat as hell. And It's got all the shit. It's got the toys you want to play on it. Even if you're not necessarily been following RISC-V, it's like that ARM thing, but it's not ARM. The same appeal that my Orion 06 is why so many people showed up and like looking at that thing. They're like, whoa, it's 12 core and it's got a by 16 slot on it. This has got a lot of that energy and keeping the price. Because when I saw this, I'm like, that's like $400. I was like, that wouldn't be too bad. That's middle, like what I was working to pay. And they're like, nah, 200. I'm like, okay. Yeah, they're going to have a tough time keeping these in stock. So yeah, it's going to get not just that, but it's going to be more compliant-ish spec-wise, and it's going to be very performant. Because one thing, the RV2, the Orange Pi, even though it's 8-core RISC-V, Raspberry Pi 1 speeds of compiling, dude. Painfully slow. So
do you think we're gonna get like a Raspberry Pi of like RISC-V boards at some point, like just in terms of like notoriety, in terms of like that like the Kleenex brand of whatever,
that is Milk V.
That is Milk V.
Sci-Fi and Milk V. Yeah.
Okay. There isn't like a definitive iconic RISC-V board though. It's just those guys like putting out stuff.
It's whatever you can get at this point. Yeah.
Okay.
And this is like one of the problems though. And like, I'm no expert. Feel free to correct me in the comments. Is like everybody's got their own take because it's an open standard, it's open core, and people got their own recipes or like what they've include, what extensions and whatnot. So there's not like just you go get this one. So yes, maybe to that. No, there's not like just go get that. That could be this. So like the closer we're going to get. And I think what Ubuntu is doing here is good because a lot of the heavy lifting to get these things a RISC-V, like on the ARM, has already been done on the Ubuntu side.
Right, and I guess the other advantage here is like you're just kind of forcing people to make the decision, right? You're saying like, hey, we're the major distribution in this space. We are going to mandate this. Everyone else needs to move. If you don't like it, then go do something else. Yeah, but like, yeah.
And there's always all the other distributions are going to be out there too. There was a lot of like OMG Pink, but like the LTS version of Ubuntu, which is going to support, everything they get out. So I think we're fine there. But having something that you could realistically do cool things with, like, a dumb YouTuber can play video games on it for you.
Run a Jellyfin server.
And probably a couple of more things. I don't know, man. It depends on what the video engine is.
Oh man, yeah. The first album produced entirely on RISC-V.
There you go. I hold the record for like the first person to run a Trackmania server on RISC-V through RISC-V x86 emulation, dude. Like that record doesn't exist, but I'm pretty sure nobody else did.
Now it does.
Yeah. And the reason I bring it up is I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to celebrate before it does happen, but I will say Milk V has been in contact with me. So stay tuned. Hopefully I'll get my mitts on one early enough to have something very close to like a day one, like here's some of the weird stuff I've done with it. Hopefully. I think that'll be fun. That'll be fun. That'll be cool. I love stuff like this. I still love technology, Jordan.
Yeah. You gotta avoid having the joy sucked out of stuff, right? You gotta be excited.
I get excited about hardware and new stuff like this because we're just not getting it. We're not getting it over in Intel land, Jordan.
No. The best we're getting is we have this new iteration of the Steam Deck and this new iteration of the Steam Deck that has even worse battery life.
I saw Theron posted in our super secret Discord the ClearOS.
Yeah, they're continuing.
Like they're just cutting that. Like that sucks, man.
Honestly, though, I was genuinely surprised it was still going because, like, yeah, it's the Intel optimized distro.
To
right?
agree with you, this is one of the things that worries me. Things are bad enough to where they noticed that.
Right.
Somebody was looking for like, oh yeah, the guy we have working on ClearOS Linux, like, yeah, stop doing that. You need to go over there. Like, that's not good, man. This is not a good sign. x86, AMD's the big champion these days. Intel is not selling. Nobody is recommending anybody buy Intel for it. It's not even in the conversation, man. Not like when somebody's like, Vin,
yeah,
what do I build? And I'm like, go buy whatever the latest like and we've done this in 5 years, man.
Mm-hmm.
We, Jordan and myself, single-handedly, in partnership and collaboration with AMD, have helped.
I lifted Lisa Sue up over my head, and I enabled her to do this with my powerful arms.
I unlocked a genie and tricked Intel to spend $3 billion to develop a GPU and not make any more.
Yeah,
that stung him.
Yeah, and again, we were all holding out about Battle Mage, but I think that ship has sailed. That's a fever dream.
I don't. You know why?
No? Why?
Battle Mage is at MSRP now.
Oh,
you can
honestly, I haven't looked at a store lately to see if you can actually grab one.
I saw that last night. I was watching the ass end of Linus, not this one. And he'd pulled that up for some reason. He was talking about it. I'm like, yeah, I had not thought about it. I just given up on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, apparently on Newegg right now, you can get a Battle Mage for like $10 over MSRP, but that's with free shipping, air quotes. So that would have been great a year ago, Intel. You could have, I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you think Intel will be around 10 years from now?
I think,
or will they just be a GPU
so.
company? See, this is why I don't think they will get rid of the GPU company, especially because they desperately want some of that AI cheddar. And like the people on the board are going to be like, if this not GPU, but if this CPU thing doesn't work out, which is a crazy thing to say, but.
Well, and it's that race too. It's like, can Intel get a AI capable GPU offering out before the bubble pops?
Yeah. And can they make CPUs people want to buy anymore?
I think at that point they're going to have to swallow some pride and compete on price. Shock. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it though.
Or like the heat. Did you see the thing with like Firefox in Europe?
No. What happened?
Dude, that was on our Linux the other day. They had to disable bug reporting in Firefox because of the heat wave in Europe. And they were all coming from Intel i9s and i7s of the current gens that already ran hot as hell anyway.
Oh my god! So it's just like a bunch of bug reports coming in, and my CPU is cooked.
Let me see if I can find that right quick.
That's funny.
Raptor Lake CPU, yeah, like they had to like disable this in order to keep sanity over there. Yeah, the summer heat, 13 and 14 gen processors were just crashing, like messing up Firefox, and it was sending off bug reports, so they had to like issue an update to Firefox to disable that. They're like, no. We get it, bro.
That's fucking hysterical, man.
Yeah, that's not good news right now, right?
No. And like not a single executive will fucking get the axe for that one.
Nah, man. All right.
The engineers were like, no, we can't release these. They're gonna fucking fry. And they're like, we made them. We have to sell them.
They're still sitting around. Soon we'll be able to buy them as novelty toys. Then AMD's already shown. AMD is more willing and ready to become the next Intel and just be as dicky and fucky.
Yeah, they're just waiting their turn.
Yeah, they're this is like, we got this. Just like, let us go. All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging out, playing around with us, having a good time, talking about some shit that we found remotely interesting. Some of it even related to Linux. If you want to listen to the podcast and you're watching the YouTube version, hey, do the thing. Go to the website. We still got one of those old websites, which is kind of cool, linuxgamecast.com, where you can find weekly, daily Wednesdays, game streams, everything that we got going on. Did you guys do a stream this week?
We did. We bravely ran away from a demon, and then
you were telling me about that, right? You were going to try to cheese it. Did that work out?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, nice.
So, we had to throw Sandy's character on the bus, but it worked.
Hey, gets the job done. Links to the podcast, link to our Patreon, all the fun stuff. If you become a patron, supporter of the show, you can get in our Discord, you get live and uncut, all the other fun stuff that goes along with it. If you got tech questions, thoughts, hints, or allegations, you can send those to Interfacing Linux, or if you want to chat about something that went on in the show, YouTube comments or the Patreon comments is the correct place to do that. Somebody sent us in a very, very long, use the no reply at Linux Gamecast email. I didn't have time to parse it. It's one of those things that you got to summarize.
It's the novel length ones.
So yeah, our hate mail system doesn't have pagination.
Okay. So there's some scrolling involved.
It's a chonker. So I'll see if I can get that in a summary and stick that together. But I think that's going to wrap us up for this week, man. That was pretty cool. Had a good time. Time to cue the music. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Find us right here on twitch.tv/LinuxGamecast, 8 p.m. on Saturdays. Podcast, all the fun stuff. Social media, find me all over the place. Just look for Vin. Come say hi in the Discord and I'll be like, hey, what's going on? Or say hi in the comments. Be like, hey, what's going on? Just don't be like, hey, man, let me slide in those DMs. And I'm like, I'll be like Superman eating hamburgers.
Just eating those burgers. I might not be a milky titan, but I certainly am a cheesy one. Follow me on Mastodon at Frojo at mass.linuxgamecast.com or Frojo at Bleeze.
You're from the Bleeze guys?
My favorite Red Lantern, Bleeze. Yeah.
I got to do good because I know I'm going to slip up during that video and call it the Milky Tea at least one time.
Milky Tea.
No, old Milky Tea, man. All right.
Now, the only thing I associate with, like, when I think of, like, milk and computers, I just think of Raised by Wolves. Just all the milk.
Robot milk. It's
Robot, so much robo milk.
What would you call it?
Rilk. Rolk? I don't know.
Rolk.
Yeah, robot milk. Rolk. Well, look at all these people taking glugs of Rolk. It's our Theron, our advisor, and our executive producers, Bob, Bram, Scott, Atomic, 12345, Ian, or no, Drummer, the Targos, and our Little Nicky fans, Basil, Eggy, and Empty.
Sea Monsters, John, Dirty Dean, Angle, Dementor, System T, RL, Rider X, Machina, Nimahaya, Veritanudai, Truggy, Mike, and Kaijura.
We got Depth Nose, we got Ryan, Mark, Oil of Hope, Ben, Nova, Chad, Romeo, Martin, Renee, the rest of those guys and the chairlings. Look at them go.
And them people, look at them go, yes.
All those people flying off into the sun.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, have a great week. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully you find something fun, interesting to get into and make all of your tabs be recoverable.
Hopefully they restore with the actual stuff you filled in the forms.
That's always a blessing in disguise. All right. Die to fire.
Cheers.
Man, I'm so pissed off that that dude copyright claimed the So Happy song.
5 dudes.